Morning everybody, happy Monday. How are you all? I hope you had a lovely weekend. I had a great weekend actually. I had a virtual baby shower, not for me, for one of my best friends who lives in Northern Ireland, and we had a virtual baby shower. We sent her loads of presents and cupcakes and things, and she had no idea. In fact, we all chose our favourite children's books from when we were little and sent them out to her. And then we were on Zoom and she opened them all up. Oh, it was so exciting. And then yesterday in the afternoon, I played Crazy Golf and I won. Can you believe it? If you haven't been there, the Crazy Golf at Chichester, I think lots of them are open now, but the one at Chichester is fantastic, and it's got Crazy Golf outside and Crazy Golf inside and escape rooms at Chichester Golf Club. So if you don't know about that, you should definitely go. It's absolutely brilliant. So I had a lovely weekend in between getting jobs done and all the other bits and pieces. So I hope you had a good weekend too, and I'm going to start my assembly by saying peace be with you. Oh yeah, definitely heard it that time. Thank you. Now, I want you to think, you can have a bit of thinking time now. Who is in our school family? Now, we do this probably the beginning of most school years. We think about who is in our school family. So you might want to pause me for a little bit in the classroom and you can start to think about who is in your school family. Now, while you're doing that, if you have got a candle and you can light it or turn it on, then that would be a good time to do that also, ready for our collective worship. So have a think who is in our school family. So just have a little bit of time now. And it helps me to use my fingers, and I sort of put them into groups of people. So all the people that you can think about. Okay, I'm assuming that you've paused me. If you haven't, then we're just going to move on anyway. So I had to think about this, and I came up with this list. So many people are in our school family. Now, I could well have missed people, so huge apologies if there's anyone that thinks, hang on a minute, I'm in our school family and you haven't mentioned me, Miss Oliver. So we have all of you. Now, you are probably, I don't know if I should say the most important people in our school family, but I kind of think so. Because if it wasn't for having children in our school, then there would be no school family. So I'm gonna put it out there that I think that you guys are so totally awesome and such a huge important part of our school family. So let's have a look again. So all of you, your parents, all our staff, and that's the teachers, support staff, office staff, dinner staff, caretaker, anybody else that works in our school, all our volunteers, and we're missing Mr. B and various people, aren't we, at the moment? Our governors, our church, God is in our school family, our neighbours, our club leaders, and our Tanzanian children and friends. Now, I hope that you got lots and lots of those. Did anyone put your hand up if you had anybody that I haven't mentioned? Ooh. Teachers, you see, I can't really see you, so you're going to have to tell me if they know anybody else. Now, if there is anybody else, I definitely want you to come and tell me today, okay? So your teachers, after this, can send you to my office. I know you can't come properly in and we can't have a proper catch-up, but it would be so lovely to hear if I've missed anybody. It'd be lovely to see you anyway. And on that note, guys, you can still come and show me your work. Please do, because I really miss you, and it's very strange for me at the moment because I can't come around and see you all and be in the classrooms as much, and I don't see you in our assemblies as much, but I do still want to see you. So if you've got a splendid bit of work, then bring it along, and I can still be having a look from a little bit of a distance, and I would love to see it. It would totally make my day. Okay, so now you've thought about who is in our school family, I would like you to think, what do we love about them? Okay, well, I know what I love about you. You make me smile every day, and I love all the staff, the way they're so kind and they help everybody. I was also thinking even people that come and deliver things, they're part of our school family in a way, and those chaps that mow the lawn outside and they help us make sure that the school looks nice. So just have a pause and have a think. What do you love about them? Yeah, lots of things. Just general love, really, isn't there? There's a lot of love in our school. And that brought me on to thinking about how much we love our school family and how things have changed a little bit. Because I know I've said this to you quite a lot recently, but I really realise how much I used to touch people. And so often if I came into the classroom and you were doing a bit of work and I just was like, oh wow, that's amazing, I'd put my hand on your shoulder or something and say, oh, that's so good, well done. And I think that for some of us, we can really miss that being able to show that love. So I think it's really important that we think about other ways to show love in this tricky time. So I found this story, which I know that year one, who were year R, have definitely heard. And I'm sure that lots of you have seen this story because it is just such a lovely story. And it says, while we can't hug. Now, you can of course hug your family and anybody that you're in bubbles with. And even in school, we're encouraging you not to be touching each other. So I don't really mean school bubbles, but you've got home bubbles, haven't you? Like, so some of you are able to see your grandparents now, and some of you will be able to hug some of the people in your families. It depends on your circumstances. But there are definitely people that we would have hugged before that we're not hugging at the moment, I would think, for most people. So I love this story and I just thought I would read it to you and we can think about other ways to show our love for our school family. Hedgehog and Tortoise were the best of friends. They wanted to give each other a great big hug, but they weren't allowed to touch. So they're in the pandemic, these guys, at the moment. Don't worry, said Owl. There are lots of ways to show someone you love them. I like it too because it's our special behaviour for learning animals, some of them, aren't they? Hedgehog tried a wave. That made Tortoise smile. I thought I'd join in, waving at you guys. Can you wave back? Oh, thanks. That's great. Tortoise made a funny face that made Hedgehog laugh. Okay, are you ready? Okay, you need to do a funny face too. Okay, I hope that made you laugh and didn't terrify you. Another one. Hedgehog wrote a letter and Tortoise wrote one back. You can always write me a letter. Anytime. Stick it under the door if it's closed or drop it off. That would be great. And when Tortoise did a little dance, Hedgehog joined in too. Okay, stand up. Ready? Okay, I hope you joined in. Better off, because otherwise I look particularly silly on my own in the school, dancing away. Hopefully no one saw me out of the window. Hedgehog blew a kiss across the gap between them. Tortoise saw it and caught it and kept it. Okay, let's try this one. So I'm going to blow you some kisses. Catching them. Are you catching them? Try again. Excellent. Okay, can you blow me some? Oh, brilliant. Loads of them. It's working. This is working. Oh, and sent 3 back again. We've done that bit. Oh, cute. Tortoise sang a song and Hedgehog played along. Now this bit's tricky because I'm not very good at singing. So I'm just going to go la 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 and you can join in, okay? So I'm going to say, do a little bit of singing and then you're going to join in. Are you ready? You copy me. Ready? La 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 la. Very good. Let's do it again. La 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 la. Pretty good. It's not bad. They both painted pictures so that everyone would know they were friends. That is so cute. They painted the same pictures. So maybe if you had a friend that wasn't in your bubble or is in another school, you could paint them a picture or draw them a picture. Send it to them in the post or a letter like they were talking about. Through rain and shine, they could not touch, they could not hug, so it's a bit like this at the moment, but they both knew that they were loved, just like all of you are totally loved as part of our school family. So even if there are people that you can't touch at the moment in our school family or in your own family, we know that we are still loved. And there's just some ideas there for things that you can do to show people, even if you can't get really close to them. And we will look forward to a time that we can, of course. Now, just another little thing to talk about in my assembly today. These guys, our extended family. So Godfrey and Likeness are our current sponsored children, and Feradiana and Simone were our previous sponsored children, who I'm still sponsoring for you because I want to make sure that they're okay until they're 18. So these guys are our extended family, and they are people that really we can never touch and hug unless we go and visit, unless you're a family that decides that's going to be your aim, that you can go and visit them, which you could in the future, not at the moment, but in the future. Myself and Mrs. Fraser were planning to go and see these guys in March, and we're pretty certain that that's not going to be possible. So we decided we needed to do something else, because we were going to go out there and try and help them and think about some fundraising and see these guys. So as you know, we would really like you to sponsor a child if you can. So it's only £3.50 a month. That's not a lot of money. I don't know if you get pocket money, but if you're not already doing this, then please can you talk to mums and dads and see if you can sponsor a child, because at the moment this is part of our school family that are really struggling. So you can just Google Grassroots or Tanzania Grassroots, or there's the website address there, and it would be great if more people could. Just again, let's do a hands up for who currently sponsors a child. It doesn't have to be through Grassroots, any sponsoring of a child. So pop your hand up now. That is quite a lot. That is quite a lot. A third or a half of each class. That's amazing. Well done, guys. So really important as well that you send your photos of these children to Mr. Yates, because we definitely need to add to that board, and I know Mr. Yates is keen to do that. Now, in the meantime, as you know, myself and Mrs. Fraser are taking on this challenge. So I love this photo. I know you've seen it before, but that's us on the aeroplane when we realised we were actually going to Tanzania, and that's going to be us down the Spinnaker Tower. Now that is only in 2 weeks' time, guys. So in 2 weeks, it's quite terrifying. It's not something that me and Mrs. Fraser are going to find very easy, which is why we're doing it, because we want to make sure that we know that it's not easy for the people in Tanzania. So we figure we need to do something that's not easy to prove that it's, you know, something that we're taking seriously, I guess, and that we want your help with. So, in 2 weeks' time, we are going to be climbing up that tower and then abseiling down, which all sounds marvellous until you're there. But we're going to do it, even if our legs are like jelly. We're going to do that because we really believe in this. So I've put there, please sponsor us or a child. So you don't necessarily need to do both, but you could sponsor us too. You could ask mums and dads, can we sponsor Mrs. Fraser and Miss Oliver, because they're going to be really scared and they're trying to help the children. So there's a website there, and I'm going to send it to your mums and dads. You could, again, if you just put Virgin Money, Miss Oliver, Miss Fraser, it will come up in Google and you'll see our website. So if you can, or mums and dads can, we would so appreciate it, or teachers or anybody else that wants to sponsor us. It's for a really good cause, and I really think that it would be appreciated. And I know that all the money goes exactly where it's meant to. So sometimes you just hear that money doesn't always get exactly where it needs to go, and in this case it absolutely does. So thank you. If you can manage that, that would just be awesome. I'm going to finish our school family assembly with a prayer, and I'd like you to just rest for a moment. We'll just have a minute just to think about all the people in our school family, about the people that are in our school family from afar, so the ones that we can't see. Thinking about those people that we can't hug, and we will be able to, but in the meantime we need to think of other ways to show our love. Dear Lord, let us pray for our whole school family. Let us help them all. In your name, Amen. Thank you, guys. Now, I hope you have a wonderful day. You know that you'll be on one side of the playground this week or the other. So thank you for your patience if you're not on the new climbing frame side this week. I know that that will be a hard thing for you, but maybe take that time to just think about what can be hard for other people, because you know, in Tanzania there's no climbing frames like that. I mean, obviously they can climb trees and things, but you know, we are really privileged, and if we have to occasionally wait for something or be patient or accept that we can't have it immediately, it's not a bad thing. It will help us appreciate things, and I know that you can do it, and you'll just look forward to next week even more. So thank you for your understanding. You're amazing, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful first week. This week you're going to be doing a few bits of what we call assessment, which is just sort of finding out where you are, looking at some of the things that you would have completed in school but completed at home, and us finding out how you got on with those. We're not expecting you to know everything that you need to know. We just want you to show us what you have remembered and what you haven't remembered, actually, and that will really help us this year in making sure that we get it right for you. So have a lovely day, guys. Lots of love, lots and lots of love. Take care.